Max Verstappen is checking off a huge goal this weekend as he takes on the Nurburgring 24 hours for the very first time. The Formula One world champion has talked about wanting to do endurance racing for years, but until now, he's never been able to find the time to tackle one, especially since he did never want to just be a participant. He did want to be in a spot where he could actually win. But everything has finally lined up, and for the first time, we will get to see Verstappen racing in a full-blown endurance event. So what's he up against this weekend, and what does it mean for endurance racing overall? That's what we are about to dig into. Racing at the Nurburgring has been Verstappen's dream for a while now, and he's had to put in the work to make it happen. Even with his credentials, winning 4 F1 titles, Verstappen still had to go through the process of getting his license to race at the Nurburgring. And he and his team still had to compete in qualifying races. So it is safe to say Verstappen has done plenty of prep to make sure he is as ready as possible for this weekend's race. But did we really expect anything less? After all, there's no way he did take on this race without wanting to go out and win it outright. And with the Nordschleife being such a technical track, there's also no way he'd come out on top without putting in the groundwork. Still, every time Verstappen has hit the track, he's looked like the class of the field. A win might not have come the team's way in the lead-up to the 24-hour race. But given the pace Verstappen's team has shown over the last 6 months when on track, there's every reason to expect them to be in the fight for the overall win. The big hurdle Verstappen needs to clear is tackling the Nordschleife at night. How hard can it be, right? Well, it's a serious challenge, especially with it being so dark in the forest at night, plus having so many cars on the track. Until Thursday, Verstappen had never driven the track in the dark. And the one outing he had in Thursday's qualifying session was at a very slow pace, since the track was really greasy after rain had fallen on the circuit. That means he's going to be very limited on experience when it comes to the race itself, and it could be the team's Achilles heel if they are not careful. That's not to say Verstappen will have major trouble finishing laps. Far from it. It's just that he might not be able to lap as fast as some of the Nürburgring specialist drivers in the middle of the night. The team can work around that with smart strategies and having Verstappen's teammates do most of the driving during the darkest parts of the race. But either way, Verstappen will have to do some night driving. And since he's such a perfectionist, he will want to be on the pace otherwise, he just won't be happy with his own performance. Given the team's pace in the NLS rounds, there's no reason Verstappen can not win at his first attempt at the Nürburgring 24 hours. During the daylight hours, it's clear that when Verstappen is driving, he's usually the fastest guy on track. But he won't have it all his own way. There will be plenty of tough competition around him. That was clear in Thursday's qualifying session, when Verstappen's team didn't set the fastest time, instead ending up third fastest, 3 seconds off the pace. Instead, it was the number 80 Mercedes setting the pace on Thursday, proving that Verstappen and his team won't just coast to victory. Friday morning's qualifying did suggest Verstappen has the speed, though. He and his team topped the session with 15 minutes to go, holding a 9/10 advantage over the number 34 Aston Martin. Verstappen taking part in the Nürburgring 24 hours is huge for the popularity of endurance racing. The Nürburgring 24 hours has always been an iconic event, but it's one that really only pulled in a hardcore, niche audience. With a 4-time F1 champion in the field, it's launched the event onto a massive stage. That means spectator numbers at the track have gone way up, since everyone wants to see the F1 superstar race on this incredibly iconic circuit. Meanwhile, audience demand for the race on TV, YouTube, and social media has also shot up. And that's great because it's showing endurance racing to a whole new audience that might not otherwise follow it at all. And given how much interest has jumped because of Verstappen's involvement, it's also very likely that some of those first-time viewers will go on to become endurance racing fans down the road. For so long, many F1 drivers have stayed away from endurance racing. Years ago, it was totally normal to see F1 drivers go and tackle events like the Le Mans 24 hours in between Grands Prix. But as F1 became more professional and packed with a busier calendar, it got harder and harder for drivers to do other things. Yes, guys like Fernando Alonso and Nico Hülkenberg have raced at Le Mans in recent years, but that's only a handful of drivers in recent seasons who've taken on endurance events, if you include Verstappen. And Verstappen's participation also seems to be encouraging some of his current rivals to look at endurance racing. Current F1 championship leader Kimi Antonelli recently said he wants to take part in similar races, and it's also reported that he's looking to get his permit to race at the Nürburgring within the next year. All of that is massive for the world of endurance racing and could hopefully take it to another level if more F1 drivers start getting involved in endurance events, whether it's the Nurburgring 24 hours, Le Mans 24 hours, or anything else. And the chances of that happening are only growing, with so many major manufacturers getting more and more involved, especially in the World Endurance Championship. Time will tell what the long-term benefits of Verstappen's participation in the 2026 Nurburgring 24 hours will be. But for this weekend, endurance racing has the spotlight, and it really needs to grab that opportunity with both hands and soak it in.